Today we celebrate the feast day of the Transfiguration, which is a big word, especially for year one. I think it's probably should be maybe on the year 4 spelling list. Big word for year one. But Transfiguration means a change. And I think year one know what changes are. We all know what changes are. And the gospel today gives us a little insight into some of the changes that happens in Jesus. When we often think of Jesus, we think of Jesus as a human person. But the Transfiguration, this feast that we celebrate today, Jesus has changed to actually tell us who Jesus is. He is a man, yes. But the gospel's telling us this great vision that happens, that Jesus is also God. Imagine a person who's standing there and suddenly they start to shine. Their body starts to shine like the sun. And that their clothes suddenly change and they start to radiate. It's almost as if there's light within them. And this is what the gospel's telling us what happened with Jesus. And in the midst of all that, then a voice suddenly comes from the clouds. I think if I was Peter or James and John, I'd be pretty afraid, wondering what on earth is going on. I was talking to my friend, Jesus, and then suddenly he starts to shine like he's the sun, and his clothes change colours, and then there's a voice. I think I'd be pretty afraid. And Peter, James and John were a bit afraid. Peter says, "This is great. I'm a little bit afraid, but what can we do?" And he says, "Let's build some tents so we can keep this because it's such a great experience." Our faith, yes, is meant to be about the experience of being with people. But our faith is also about being with God. And that God sometimes is a human thing, but sometimes it takes us beyond that as well. Sometimes it takes us to the heavens. Sometimes it's a light that shines so brightly. And that light shines into me, but it shines into each and every one of us. So pray today as we celebrate this feast that we will be changed to be a bit more like Jesus. That we won't just be people that focus on how we look or what we're doing physically, but that we will allow goodness, love, and the light of God to shine out of us. Today we know that Peter, James and John, they knew that Jesus wasn't just a man. They knew he was God, that Jesus had changed. Let's pray that we will be able to be changed too, that firstly we can know that Jesus isn't just a man, but Jesus is God. And pray that God will help us to be that light that will shine into our world today.